Hello again, and welcome to Uncle Geoff's Easy-Peasy English. Today, we're looking at the past perfect continuous. Now, in English, we use the past perfect continuous when we want to talk about an action that was in progress, that's got duration, that happened before another event in the past. For example, this morning, my wife and I were making chicken soup in the kitchen. What happens when you make chicken soup? The room gets hot and steamy. Okay. After we'd finished making the chicken soup, our two cats came in to see what was going on. They could smell the chicken soup. Now then, how can you write all that information as one long sentence? Making chicken soup in the kitchen's hot and steamy, our two cats walked in afterwards. What can you say? How can you say it? How can you write it? Have a look at Uncle Geoff's board. So, first of all, let's draw our timeline. We are here. Now, the time of speaking. Remember, everything in English is seen from the time of speaking. Now, our three events in the past are we were making chicken soup. So, making chicken soup. That's the first thing that happened. Making chicken soup. When you make chicken soup, the kitchen gets hot and steamy. So, hot and steamy. Hot and steamy kitchen. The other event was our two cats walked in. The two cats walked into the kitchen. Okay. So, our three events that happened earlier today. Let's go back to our timeline. We are here now, the time of speaking. We were making chicken soup this morning. How long does it take to make chicken soup? More than a second. It takes a little while. So we started making chicken soup here and we finished making chicken soup here. A continuous action in the past. So far, so good. Past continuous. Continuous action in the past. Something else happened. The two cats walked in after we had finished making the chicken soup. So the cats came in here. Now, when you're making chicken soup, the kitchen is still hot and there is steam in the kitchen. It lingers onto here. So, how can you write a sentence? How can you say a sentence that has all that information in it? Making the chicken soup here. The kitchen is hot and steamy all the time. And the cats walked in here. Can you make... Oh, and there's a cat. Hello, Lulu the cat. Thank you. So, how can you get all that information into one long sentence? Have a look again at the board. Remember, to talk about an action that started before another action in the past, in English, you have to use the past perfect or past perfect continuous. Because making chicken soup is the important action here, we're going to use the past perfect continuous. How do you make the past perfect continuous? Well, to make the basic perfect tense, it's have plus the third form. Because we're talking about the past, you need the past form of have, which is had. You then use the third form of the verb to be. So, been, had been, and then you need the ing form of the next verb. Had plus been plus ing. Okay, our two events in the past. Making chicken soup here and the cats walked in here. The first part, past perfect continuous. The second part, past simple. Let's have a look. As making the chicken soup is the most important thing, we start with we had been making. So you've got had plus been plus making the chicken soup. We had been making chicken soup. And what happens when you make chicken soup? The kitchen gets hot and steamy. So we had been making chicken soup. So the kitchen was hot and steamy. We had been making chicken soup. So the kitchen was still hot and steamy. Was still hot and steamy. So the kitchen was still hot and steamy when the cats walked in. The cats walked in. And there is our beautiful long sentence, having all that information in it. In formal writing, this is a beautiful sentence. We had been making chicken soup, the full version of the past perfect continuous. However, when we speak, we usually contract. We join together, we had, and say we'd. So we'd been making chicken soup, which sounds more natural when you're speaking. We'd been making chicken soup, so the kitchen was still hot and steamy when the cats walked in. So, Lulu, past perfect continuous. English grammar, it's easy peasy, isn't it? Yes. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Uncle Geoff's Easy Peasy English. Bye-bye for now.